What is up, YouTube? It's your boy SupraKing here, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly what you guys need to be doing to be one of the most dominant team in the DZ. Okay, so that is a handful. Okay, and with what I've been doing, I've been noticing lots of success. Okay, so today I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 things. Okay, one is positioning. Positioning is very important because it allows you to be an upper advantage in the DZ. Okay, so positioning is one. Number 2 is the build slash skills. What builds you should be running and what skills you should be running in your team. Okay, and the last one is environment. How you should be using the environment to be helping you, the 4-man. How can the environment be helping 4 guys versus an entire server or versus another 4-man group? Okay, so let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so let's start off with the build slash skills first. Okay, so what builds you should be running in your 4-man. Okay, there's 2 ways you can go with this. Okay, so number 1, runs one man striker, run a gold, run a healer, and run a final measure. Okay, so by a healer I mean by either a tactician healer or reclaimer healer. More towards tactician healer. Tactician healers are a lot stronger just because you have more skill power. Okay, so you can run things like a strong pulse, a thing like, you know, a fatter heal for your defib. Okay, or you guys can go with choice number 2. Okay, number 2 is go with a 2-man striker. Okay, so you can run with 2-man striker, run with final measure, and run with the healer. So like I said about the healer, you can be either tactician or reclaimer, but more towards tactician. Okay, so you want to be running one out of those 2. I'm not saying, you know, well, I'm pretty much am saying, but those 2 right there are it's the best way to be running an entire server by doing damage and by keeping crowd control. Okay, and what skills you should be using. Alright, so this might throw some people off because a lot of people don't normally run a certain skill, but what I've been noticing is this skill right over here that I'm using in the video is extremely strong towards shotgun players. Alright, so a lot of people do struggle fighting against shotgunners, right? On console. Okay, I'm talking about console right now, and the reason why is because the auto aim is so incredibly strong on shotguns in this game. So what do you have to do to turn that auto aim off? That right there, the answer is gas seekers. Gas seekers or gas grenades. That right there automatically turns off the auto aim, okay, on shotguns. You can try it out, you can test it out if you guys want to. Some of you guys might not believe me, but it turns off the auto aim for a good 3 to 4 seconds. So that right there really helps a lot because you get your gas seekers pretty fast, right? And then, so if you're constantly throwing gas seekers and turning off the auto aim for the shotgunners, they can't really do any damage. But that's the whole purpose of a striker shotgunner, is to be relying on that auto aim to be doing the damage. You know what I mean? They try to stack up, they try to just pop shot really fast, and that right there does the damage. So you got to turn that off by using gas seekers. Okay, so what do you want to do, guys, with the gas seekers? You don't want to just throw it and then, you know, they end up with an immune bag and then nothing happens. You want to time this. Okay, you want to be timing the gas seekers. You want to be talking with the guy with the EMP. You want to be asking him, yo, did you EMP them yet? Yo, throw EMP first. Because the whole purpose of that, you want to be turning off their skills, turning off the immune, turning off the possible chance of them having an immune. Because, you know, once they have an immune bag down, you know, they're immune to things like fire and, you know, gas and stuff like that. So you want to be turning that off. So turn off that option, throw your gas seekers, and then you're able to be killing, you know, a whole squad just because of those gas seekers. A lot of people underestimate it, but trust me on this, guys. Gas seekers are the way to go. Okay, I've been noticing lots of success in coming you know, against shotgunners just because of gas seekers. Okay, so gas seekers is 1, immune bag is obviously 2, a pulse is obviously 3, and 3 is an EMP. Okay, so you want to be running those 4 skills every single time you go into DZ. or if you guys want to, you guys can be running double bag or double EMP. But trust me on this, whenever you guys come across a shotgunner, you want that auto aim turned off, and the best way to do that is by running gas seekers. Okay, all right, so we're done with the skills. So now guys, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking over some gameplay so I can be showing you guys exactly what I'm doing with the environment and exactly what I'm doing with the positioning. Okay, all right, so let's get right into it. Let's start with the gameplay and let me commentate over that gameplay. All right, so this is the first footage that I have for you guys. All right, so what is happening here? All right, so we're obviously manhunt and we have an entire server on our ass. What can I do? All right, so what we're doing here is we're trying to choke them. Okay, we're trying to put them in one spot, but right now currently we're getting overwhelmed. There's a player behind us. There's a bunch of players now in the garage, so we're getting overwhelmed at this very moment. So what should we do? Let's reposition. A lot of the times players don't really do that. They don't reposition because they get too overwhelmed where they can't really think. So whenever you get too overwhelmed like that, guys, try to reposition yourselves where you're at a better environment, where you're at a better advantage than the other players. You want to be in a situation where you're always in that upper hand. So we're putting, we're putting players, the enemy players, in a position where they're choking. Okay, I'm gonna be saying that a lot, guys. Choking is a really it's a word that I learned from TRN Main, or TRN Main learned from somebody else. I don't know exactly where it came from, but I was watching Main and he's been saying that, and I've been using it, and that's the right term. You want to be choking the opponents, right? You want to be making them feel like they can't breathe. You want to put them all in one spot, right? You want to put them in a spot where they don't feel comfortable, where you're literally in that upper hand, you know what I mean? So that is what I did in this scenario. I put them in one spot and we ended up cleaning house. We ended up killing all of them, and now, we survived like around 10+ players. Alright, so this is another one of those moments where I'm choking players. Okay, so once again, we're getting overwhelmed. There's too many players in front of us. We're too out in the open. What should we do? Alright, so let's reposition once again, guys. So we're turning around, repositioning, and we're gonna try our best to be choking the opponents. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're using positioning towards our advantage. Okay, we want to be in a better position. We want to be feeling comfortable. We want the other opponents to feel uncomfortable. Okay, so this is another scenario. We put them in a nice long hallway, so we're able to choke them out. Okay, so as usual, you guys want to be using your gas seekers right after an EMP. Okay, or when they don't have like an immune bag. Okay, those are the moments where you really want to be using gas seekers. You don't want them landing their shots, and the gas seekers are the perfect way to be helping you. And what's another good thing about gas seekers is that, like, it aggroes, or it allows like other seeker mines or other skills to be attacking that other skill, you know what I mean? So gas seekers are a great way to like counter seeker mines and other utilities like that. So as you guys are seeing, you guys are watching, they're choking, right? They don't know what to do. You're feeling uncomfortable. We're in an upper advantage right now. So what do we do from here? What do we do from here now? Okay, so we're noticing that now, we kill them all basically, and you want to reposition, but you don't want to be in a spot for too long, guys. That is another mistake a lot of players do, and even the more experienced players do, that they stay in one spot for too long. You don't want to be in one spot for too long. The reason why is because somebody can be flanking you, or they can be spawning behind you. You know what I mean? So you want to be consistent. You want to be consistently moving. Okay, so what we did here is we did an aggressive push. We still noticed that there's still some players here, so you wanted to kill them, obviously. So we try to go around. We came from the flank, and we started killing them all one by one. I thought it was a great push. It was very sneaky, very unexpected, because they expected us to be running up north, I'm guessing. So they didn't really expect, a full 4-man manhunt to come right back down to be killing them. So I thought it was a great gameplay footage to show you guys. Alright. That was clean house. That was awesome. Alright. So after this, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what we did on the next gameplay. All right. All right. So now this part. All right. So what happened here? All right. So now these players over here came with an aggressive push. They came with a blue and they came with the tackling. And we're obviously right now in an environment, because we're using an environment towards an advantage, right? Remember I said environment is one of the tools that we use whenever we're going manhunt. This is one of those environments because we're basically putting a lot of players in a situation where they can't really get revived. So it came with an aggressive push. We repositioned towards another area where we had the better position, where we felt comfortable. Okay, they're out in the open and we're in a nice little spot where like we're able to take cover and stuff like that. So that is a great play that I think we made. Okay, we used our environment, we used our positioning, and we had our builds and gear, skills. Okay, so that's how we won that fight right there. All right, now for this one, this is me demonstrating how strong gas seekers are. Okay, you want to be pushing with gas seekers, right? Remember what I said, you either want to EMP them and then gas seekers, or when they don't have like immune bagged out or something like that, just throw the gas seekers and you're able to have a strong push, just because they don't have any auto aim turned on. Like, they're missing shots currently, they're not landing all their shots, so it's a great way to like go for an aggressive push. So that's what we did. We had an aggressive push. Now we're trying to hide a little bit behind cover by using cars, and now all the enemy teammates are like scattered everywhere, like panicking and stuff like that because they don't know what to do. We came aggressively, it was unexpected, and we used gas seekers to help us with that push. Okay, so like I said, use EMPs and then gas seekers, or if you realize that they're not using immune bag, just go for that strong push with gas seekers because you're able to turn off that auto aim. Okay guys, what else I can say? Alright, that's just me fucking glitching my little heal, but heal didn't want to work for some reason. Alright, so the next footage should be coming right there. Alright, cool. Now, this is another fight. Well, this is a fight we had in against another 4-man group. Okay, this wasn't really a manhunt towards entire server. This is more towards a 4-man group. So what do we do here? Okay, so right now we're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, right? We're out in the open, they're in a better advantage. So what do? We push back. We started realizing that we weren't really in the upper hand in that situation. They would have killed us 100% if we kept pushing forward. And on top of that, we had somebody behind us. So what we did was we choked them out. Okay, we put them in an uncomfortable position. We had them lined up in this nice little hallway, and we used EMP and gas seekers to help take off the auto aim and to help take away their skills. So this is how we won this fight right over here. Okay, we choked them out, we took off their skills, we took off their auto aim, and now we're in complete control of the situation. Okay, all right, so after this part, we had the opponent team running away just because we completely wiped them out. So what they're basically doing is they're waiting for the teammates to spawn in. And currently we're manhunt, so they don't really have like a humongous timer to be spawning in. They can spawn like instantly. So we had to reposition away from that safe room. You know what I mean? We had to move away because we started realizing that they're gonna be spawning instantly. So we tried moving into another spot where we had the upper advantage once again. One of our teammates went down. He got dead-eyed because there was somebody else in the server using dead-eye. All right, so we had to move fast as soon as we revived them. Let's reposition and let's put ourselves in an area where we feel comfortable. I'm gonna be saying that a lot, but it's really important to have your team feeling like they can actually win that fight. Because if you put your team in a situation where they can't really win, where they feel, like I said, uncomfortable, they're not gonna be performing at their fullest. You know what I mean? So what we did was we went wow, I started there. We went inside the contamination and the contamination building, and we try to be overhead, because when you're overhead, what I learned from one of my moderators in my stream is that you want to be overhead somebody so you can have complete control overhead. Obviously. All right, so what happened here now? Okay, so one of my friends was calling out, they're coming for a strong push, they're coming with the blue, so we had to reposition afterwards. Okay, so let's watch what happened. Okay, so they came in with the push, they came in with the gas seekers, they came with the blue. All right, so what do? A lot of the times, players would stay in that little area and fight, just dance around, right? That's what we call it. We call that dancing, where like it's just a bunch of players around each other just shooting. We don't want that. We don't like being in that situation because that's like a coin toss. It's like a 50-50. So what do? We back up. We put ourselves in a position where once again we feel comfortable. Okay, so we put them over here. We try our best to choke them out, because that's all you ever really want to do to win. Okay, is to be choking players. You want them to be feeling like, oh, I can't breathe. So this is what we did. We put him in the chokehold, and we did our best by, you know, just tossing grenades, using our little room to be used, you know, to have cover. Because right there they didn't really have cover. And then on top of that, the environment. Okay, the environment was key again, because you had NPCs shooting at them as well. So this is how we won this fight right over here, guys. All right, so this is what you guys need to do, okay, to be winning fights. Positioning, environments, having the right environment next to you, and then on top of that, you guys need to be having the right builds. Okay, so like I said about the right builds, you want to be using striker, healer, gold, and final measure, or two-man striker, final measure, and then a healer. Okay, that is how you dominate an entire server. You have to have all those to be able to outsmart everybody in the DZ. I'm not saying if you guys take all these tips, you guys won't ever die in the DZ, but doing this will make you a lot harder to kill. Okay, guys, hopefully this helped you guys, and hopefully I'll be running into players in the DZ that do use these tips, because it'll be cool to be seeing players play a lot smarter than just, you know, just going to DZ, go for kills, and then die. Because I want to be seeing players like play tactical, because a lot of players don't really use that in this game. So it'll be fun to be watching more players play like this. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit a like if you guys do like this video, or if it did help you. Subscribe to me, because I do like uploading tip videos or how-tos, or even montages, or just gameplays. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and comment down below if you guys have any other tips, because I'm down for, you know, to be using any other tips. Alright guys, thank you so much. You guys have a good one. See you in the next video.